Hey everyone, welcome back to Beyond the Block, the tutorial-based Let's Play series where I show you all the fundamentals of Minecraft while we also go in search of an End Stronghold. That's right, today we start embarking out on our final quest, the journey for the end. And boy, we have a lot of preparation to do today. The very first thing that we need to do, though, is get some ender pearls. So we're going to have to fight some endermen. Now, I've gathered up a couple things that I want to show you guys. The first of is a pumpkin. So I know this sounds a little bit odd. Why are we getting a pumpkin for fighting endermen? Well, let's lay that bad boy down, take some shears to it, shear it, and it's going to make a pretty cool little pumpkin there. So that is actually going to be a carved pumpkin. Now you can combine that with a torch and make a jack-o'-lantern like it has up here in the crafting recipe, or you can actually put the carved pumpkin on your head. So if you go into third person with using the F5 key, you can actually see yourself in different perspectives there. If that's if the looking through the pumpkin face there is a little bit bothersome, a little bit troublesome to look around, but you can look at an enderman directly in the eyes with one of these pumpkin heads on, and they will not fight you. So that is pretty fantastic, because if anybody's ever looked at an enderman, you're going to realize that it is not good. But it's a pretty fantastic way of avoiding a fight until you are actually ready to fight them. So you can go ahead and wear those. Now just be aware that obviously without your helmet on, you are going to be taking a good chunk more damage. Now, not an absolute ton, but depending on what enchantment's on your helmet, you might be taking a considerable amount more damage, guys. Now the sun is setting, so I want to get my second thing prepared here. So this is going to be just a small little tower. Let me show you here. We're going to go up by 3. Each one of these sides is going to come out by an additional 2. And then you're just going to fill in each one of these. Now what this is going to do is this is going to give us a very temporary shelter in order to hide away from the endermen. You see, they cannot reach you from the 1 block gap here that we have set out. Now, if we were to have them standing right here, they would actually be able to reach us. But this is why I've made this an additional gap here. So you can stand underneath this little awning, aggro an enderman towards you, and then swat at him freely. He will not be able to attack you. So we're going to try this little strategy out here in just a second as night falls. I'm going to go ahead and light this thing up just in case we kind of wander a little bit away from it. I don't want a bunch of mobs like creepers and stuff spawning right around this thing where we're going to be trying to fight endermen as well. So let's let the sun set here and try to get into a little bit of danger with our brand new enchanted gear from last episode, eh? Alright, we are getting some baddies to spawn. Let us see if we can get any eyes on an enderman around here. Pardon the pun. Hopefully not looking at them too much, but let's see if we can find one of these guys. Aha, I've spotted one. So let's see if we can go get his attention over here. See if we can get some ender pearls, or at least one out of this guy. So it's nice if you have looting on your sword. Of course, looting is the fortune for your sword, basically. It will give you 3 times the chance to get some really cool, extra loot whenever you get some loot to drop. Like 3 times as many ender pearls out of each enderman would be great. But that's alright. With our regular old sword here, we've definitely got an opportunity. Now you're going to see I can actually lock eyes on this guy. He will not be upset at all. I need to get out of here from the creepers, though. Like I said, it does make it a little bit more difficult to see what's going on whenever you have this pumpkin attached to your face there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of distance away from those guys real quick, kind of reset where I'm at, and I see another candidate right there. We can go ahead and go for him. And I know I've got my little pillar over there that we can always fall back to if need be, but I think I can go ahead and just get some good shots on this guy real quick. Get away. Make sure and use your shield, of course. I always block the initial shot, and then, oh, there we go, we got one. And then I'll return fire back at him. So, make it over here. I'm going to heal up just a little bit, and let's see if we can curve back around and get over to that other enderman as well. Oh my lord, look at there. We've got a rarity. We've actually got a spider jockey, a skeleton riding on top of a spider. One of the more creepy things that you'll ever encounter inside of the game, but we'll go ahead and take care of these guys real quick, kind of clear the area a little bit. I'd really like to show you guys exactly how this pillar works, as it is fantastic if it works like it should. So, oh my lord, spider jockey. He's so fast. He's so fast. Oh my gosh. All right, there we go. We've got a couple Endermen over there. Let me see if I can get their attention. There we go. I've got their attention. I just need to hold my ground here underneath our little awning. And any intruders, I'll get them. Perfect. So this is exactly what I want to show you guys. This is unbelievably working out great, except for this guy right here. Oh, there we go. We'll dispatch both of these guys real quick. But yeah, that's exactly how that works, guys. Nice and easy. As long as you stay underneath here and avoid the multitudes and multitudes of skeletons that are going to be bombarding you, you should fare okay. But I think I'm going to go ahead and spend a little bit more time here, rounding up as many Endermen as I possibly can, getting a couple more Ender Pearls. All right, and I like to actually just kind of pressure these guys. If I'm equipped pretty well and feel confident about the situation, I usually just get up next to these guys, get my first hit in is a critical hit, because if you jump, you'll get that critical hit like this. So I usually just kind of line up right here. Let me clear out these zombies before we get into this, though. Alright, so go ahead and line him up, get a good crit, another crit, and finish him off. There we go. So if you just go ahead and really get in there, guys, and just keep the momentum, keep that force up against him, you'll definitely kind of stun lock him almost, and he won't be able to attack you. So just crit after crit after crit. Usually about 4, maybe 3 hits if you have a really good sword. Well, it looks like we are losing the nighttime here. We are about to go into daytime. However, any Endermen that have spawned prior to daytime will stay alive. They actually don't burn up inside of daylight or anything. They are immune to that. So hopefully we'll get a couple stragglers, but that's okay, because we are going to need to stay up at least 3 nights, possibly longer. And reason being is because we are going to need potions of slow falling. And in order to make potions of slow falling, we are going to need phantom membranes. So phantoms will spawn after the 3rd day without sleep, possibly. They have a chance each night to go ahead and spawn. They are flying creatures of your worst nightmares, and they will swoop down from the skies and attack you throughout the evening. Now, they will burn up in the daylight, but you do have to be wary of them throughout the evening there. So on occasion, they will drop a phantom membranes. Now, phantom membranes can be made at the brewing stand we've made downstairs, and we'll actually be able to craft up those potions I was talking about of slow falling. Now, potions of slow falling are imperative, in my opinion, whenever you're fighting the mighty End Dragon herself. She will toss you around sometimes, and whenever she's doing that, you'll actually have a chance to be thrown up extremely high up in the air, and the potions of slow falling will just gently glide you back down to safety. So it's going to be absolutely imperative, because we do not want to die while we're fighting that bad boy. Or bad girl, I should say. Now, during the daytime, while you're waiting for the nighttime to come around, feel free to do all of your chores or your duties around your base. The more your base becomes evolved, you should have a pretty good supply of things to do each day. Feed your animals, gather your wheat, go over and feed your cows, check on the sugar cane, do whatever you got to do, guys, because all that stuff is earning you experience. And with the experience, I don't know about you, but I have upgraded quite a bit of things with mending now. So anytime you are gathering experience, you're just healing up that gear, which is fantastic. Now, a little trick that you might not know, and I don't think this actually works for Bedrock players. I believe the last time I checked, this is a Java-only thing. Sorry, guys. But you can actually place an item in your offhand, and if that item has mending, whenever you do some of your chores, stuff like that, you'll actually start gaining experience for that item in your offhand, as long as it has mending as well. So that's a really fantastic way to gain experience back on some weird items that you wouldn't normally receive experience with, such as this diamond shovel with silk touch. There's really not any breakable blocks with shovels that garner experience, so you have to get it some other way. So either equip it in your main hand, just hold it whenever you're doing your chores or you're doing your turn-ins with your villagers or something like that, and you'll start to heal up your items. Or alternatively, like I said, hold it in your offhand, and you can put another one in your main hand, such as this axe. It has mending, and you can kind of a 2-for-1. So it'll be divvied up between any armor slots that you have with mending, as well as any tools that you're holding. Alright, now this is the beginning of night 3 that I have not slept yet, so I am really hoping that we possibly get a chance to see some phantoms spawning. They have a very signature sound whenever they spawn. It's like a scream from the skies. You'll definitely be able to hear this thing. It's kind of like a wispy wind scream. Oh my lord. Good grief almighty. What the heck? Alright, well, let's get out of here. Finally, our first Enderman of the evening. Let's get him real quick before we get swarmed by everything else. Holy cow. Oh no. Ah, too late. We're getting swarmed. Ah, we got him. Let's get out of here. Ah! Oh my god, you see the spider jockey back there, guys? There's another one. I swear we are getting some tough spawns out here, guys. It is just never ending with this place, but I have looked at the total here, and we are actually on day 180 on this world. So, and not to mention, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and jump into the options real quick and hit the lock key. We haven't done this quite yet, but I'm going to go ahead and lock this world's difficulty to hard because I like the challenge a lot. So we're just going to stick with hard for the remainder of this world. I've really been trying to not attack too many other things here unless I really have to besides Enderman, because you'll see our sword is, woo, it's waning quickly. It is getting real low. Now, it's still a diamond sword, so it's still got about 250, 275 uses on it, so it should be good. But we need to definitely get mending on this thing as soon as possible because it is, it's getting some use. It is definitely getting some use, guys. But we'll just keep chugging along here, getting as many of these Endermen as we possibly can. I'm going to try and stick out here in the dark areas. What is this direction? Off to the east. Yeah, to the east of the base over here. And we'll see if we get any more pearls. I think we're about halfway there. The last time I checked our stash, I believe we have 8 or 9 pearls. So we've got a little ways to go, guys. Like I said, I want to get about 15 of them before I stop. Well, 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 looky there. That's kind of peeking over the horizon. That is another desert temple, guys. I don't think we've explored this yet. Let's head over there and see if we can get some treasure. It's kind of dangerous going into these things whenever it's nighttime because there's a good possibility that something has spawned inside of the treasure room down there. So, oh, we have a ghost block. We have a ghost block. If you ever get these ghost blocks, what you can do is you can go ahead and kind of place a block around you, and it'll make that ghost block kind of reappear. There it is right there. It happens especially whenever you have tools that break the blocks very quickly. It's always been a flaw inside the game, and I don't think they're ever going to fix it, to be honest with you. The game's been out for this long. So I don't think they're going to fix it, but just keep that in mind. You can also relog quickly. If you want to just relog, then that's also an option. So let's head down here, though. Let's see. I'm going to check in there, make sure nothing spawned. Perfect. Awesome. We'll make sure. I hear footsteps up there. Is he going to come down? I want to fight anything before. I think we're good. I think we're good, guys. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and head down here. Let's break that. We'll pick up all the TNT. All right, moment of truth. Let's see what we got in store for us here, guys. Boom. All right, so we've got multi-shot. Now, multi-shot is a book enchantment that is for crossbows exclusively. So we can go ahead and apply that whenever we want to. I've got another golden apple. That's awesome. Some more gold ingots. Rotten flesh. And some sand. Okay, next one. All right, awesome. More emeralds. We can always use more emeralds, guys. We've got some bones, string, gunpowder. Gunpowder will come in handy soon. I'll explain all that very soon. And loyalty 1, okay. Trident, that is a trident enchantment. So very, very cool, but we haven't even begun to explore drowned or anything like that. So we'll tuck that one away and come back to it soon. But what do we got for this last one? Bunch of junk. That wasn't bad at all, guys. Got a couple books, couple emeralds, golden apple. I will take it. Not a problem. I will definitely take it. So let's go ahead and get out of here, and hopefully we have a little bit more nighttime to go so we can get a couple more Endermen. Unfortunately, it is daytime now, but that's alright, guys. We never did get any phantoms to spawn either on that night, so we're going into night 4 without sleep coming up now. So hopefully that will be the one. Now, I've always noticed in my past experiences with phantoms, once you actually get them to spawn, let's say if they spawn the next night, they'll go ahead and start spawning consistently every night after that. So as long as we just get them to go ahead and trigger one night, we should be set. And additionally, we are not going to need a whole lot of these phantom membranes, guys. Just a few of them is going to make do for us. We don't need a crazy amount of potions, because if you remember on the potion episode, I explained how we made extended duration potions. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some extended versions of those potions, and hopefully with a little bit of luck, probably a whole lot of luck, we will be able to get the Ender Dragon down in a timely fashion, and that way we don't have to run into any problems there. Alright guys, night 4. I need everyone to channel their Enderman and Phantom summoning powers. We need it. So let's see if we can get out of here, guys. I think the last count on Ender Pearls was 9, so I'm hoping for 6 this evening. If we can get 6 more, we are in a really good shape. I think I'm going to go up here, dispatch these 2 Skelly Warriors real quick, and get this guy. And hopefully we have some luck tonight, guys. I'm really hoping for these phantoms to spawn. There they are. Finally, the scream we've been waiting for. So, those right there are phantoms. So we finally managed to get a couple to spawn here. So, best bet is to go ahead and take them out from range. Whenever you hit them, they will actually go ahead and change heading there. Ooh, we're going to snipe that guy. Alright, there's the phantom membrane of which we are seeking. Excellent. We already got 2 of them, guys. Nice. So, a little trick as well is that the phantom seems to have something in their coating which only makes them spawn if you stand still for a second. So I think it's about 10 to 15 seconds. So I went out into this field where I was a little bit away from all the mobs and stood still, and sure enough, there they came. So now we should be seeing them recurring. We should see more spawns here pretty soon. And each time they spawn, you should hear that signature kind of wispy air sound with the iconic scream as they screech down from the skies. Alright, bring it on, boys. Bring it on. Alright, so we've got some stuff to work with. We ended up getting another 4 pearls that evening. Let's check our tally so far. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so we've got 13, so we are just shy of our goal here. So you've actually got a couple other alternative options that I haven't discussed quite yet. If you don't want to just kind of wander around in your area and fight mobs during the nighttime, since this is the 1.16 update, you can actually head over to some of the biomes inside of the Nether, and they will spawn a multitude of Endermen. So you can head on over there if you want to fight them over there. Additionally, you can actually go into the Nether and do some piglin bartering. So if you bring some gold bars into the Nether and throw them at some of the piglins, remember to wear some gold armor so they don't attack you. But throw that gold ingot out there, and they'll have a chance to throw some good stuff back at you. Sometimes enchanted books, other times it's actually ender pearls. Another option would be that if you are handling a lot of things with your villagers at your village over there, and you're really into doing villager trading, that's fantastic. Then you can actually create a brewing stand, place it near a villager, and that will turn them into a cleric. Now, clerics also will do trades for ender pearls. So again, that's another option and a quick way to get some ender pearls for yourself. So I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take the phantom membranes that we've got, head on down into the brewing area over here, and whip up a couple potions of slow falling just so we have them on hand. Now, after I get these potions all brewed up, it's time that we head back over into the Nether, and we need to go for our Nether Stronghold. Now, unfortunately, that Nether Stronghold is pretty far away, but that's okay because we have ample opportunity to stop by maybe one of those biomes I was talking to you about and grabbing our last couple ender pearls. So I'm going to go ahead and grab our warp fungus on a stick, and we're hopefully going to find a warp forest. I think the warp forest is going to have the largest concentration of Endermen that we can possibly get. I've really seen a whole lot of them in there. Now, I know they can spawn in other biomes, but like I said, I think the warp forest has the highest spawn rate. So let's throw these phantom membranes in there, and do we have any redstone dust to extend the duration? Nope. Let's run back upstairs, grab some redstone so we can make an extended duration potion. Alright, we'll plop this into each one of these to make them a little longer duration. And 6 potions is super overkill, guys. Like I said, the fight, even for a beginner, shouldn't last, I would say probably 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes if it's a stretch, if you're going nice and slow and really calculating your shots. However, it's not going to be the longest fight ever. So with each one of these being 4 minutes, that's 4, 8, 12, plus the other 12 minutes over there, we have 24 minutes worth of slow falling. If we bring all these potions, we are definitely not going to need that much, but it's nice just to have them on hand in case you need them in the future, because you never know what other kind of stuff you're going to be doing where these might come in handy, and that's why I like to have me a nice big abundance. And there is no second version or more powerful version of slow falling. It's just the one effect, so it's always going to be better to just go ahead and do the extended duration effect. Now, one final chore before, well, set of chores before I head down into the Nether. I'm actually going to go ahead and craft me a new shield because ours broke while we were out there in the field. And then I went ahead, chopped down the wheat prior to the nighttime over there. It's regrowing. I did the chickens, all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and gather up a couple more materials, head back over to the village, see if I can get a little bit more trading done. I've got 14 emeralds. I believe he's selling us mending for 24. And I really, really need to get it on our diamond sword before that thing breaks. We only have 205 uses, and we've still got a heck of a lot of fighting to go. So the nice thing about having mending on your sword is the fact that 99% of the time, whenever you're hitting something with your sword, you're going to be getting experience back from it because you're going to be finding a mob or something. So it's nice that once this thing has mending, we pretty much just set it and forget it, and that thing is going to be set for life. So let me get the rest of our stuff over here done. Let me get a couple more chores completed, head over to the village, and then I will meet you guys in our favorite location, the Nether. Okay, welcome back to the Nether, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get over here, and hopefully our little lava strider friend, yes, there he is still in place. We'll go ahead and jump on him, clear out a path, and we'll head back out. So I vaguely remember the way towards the stronghold that we found originally, so hopefully either I can run across that one or another one. We'll just have to see what comes up first. But went ahead and grabbed a potion of fire resistance as well, just in case things get a little hairy. So let me set out here and let's find another stronghold real quick so we can get some blazes, get some blaze powder so we can start making these eyes of Ender. And then after that, we should be able to start making final preparations to set out on our biggest quest to date. Alright, we are back. I have found the location where we made the staircase last time up into this thing. And if memory serves me right, I think we decided that there was a blaze spawner, like, right. Yeah, I think it was up here, right? There we go. Perfect. Alright. Let's get some blaze rods, boys and girls. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do this real quick. We shouldn't be here more than 8 minutes anyway. So with the fire resistance on, now all we have to worry about is our melee hits. So as long as I keep my distance here, they won't be able to do a single bit of damage to us. As I sit here and kill these blazes, I stare at this nether quartz longing because I pretty much have cleared the area around our nether portal and a pretty wide range around that of all the nether quartz because of the enchanting altar. So I might accidentally grab this stuff up before I head back just because it's kind of getting a little scarce back home. But in the long run, we are making big steps here. To be able to open up exploration to our world anyway, so I think that we won't have too many problems with nether quartz, but ooh, I think I'm gonna scoop it up. Well, we're just nearing the end of our fire resistance potion. Hopefully I can get one more waves of spawns in here. I've got 14 blaze rods, and if you remember, the blaze rods will split off into blaze powder with a 2-to-1 ratio. So we've actually got 28 blaze powders right now, which is fantastic because we are running really low in the brewing area anyway. And now we can go ahead and restock the brewing area as well as create all of our Eyes of Ender, which I am very thankful for. So, well, looks like we didn't get any luck out of those guys, but that's okay. Additionally, with fighting all of those blazes, you will get a ton of experience. You'll see all of the diamond gear is tip-top now. Before I set off on my adventures to the Nether, like I told you, I went ahead and got mending. I threw it on the pants as well. I was able to do enough trading that I got the pants as well as the sword. So now that all the armor is topped off, all of our experience should be going directly towards a little bit to our levels, and a vast majority of it going towards the sword as we kill stuff. And then our sword will finally start to get a little bit more repair out of it because it is looking rough. But if I can go ahead and find my way, there we go. Find my way out of here, we'll go back down to our Strider friend and head on back to the house. I'm getting a little bit better at that trip. Not too shabby that time. I got back a little bit faster than last time. So let's go ahead and transform all these into some blaze powder. I actually think I still had another blaze rod in here. Yeah, awesome, cool. We'll just go ahead, transform everything. Why not? So we've got 31 blaze powder altogether now. I think I just have, let's go check our ender pearls one more time and see what we're at. I think we're at 13, so we'll go ahead and transform all of those over to Eyes of Ender. Let's peek in here real quick. Yeah, 13. All right, so now you can go ahead and see that you can transform the ender pearls with blaze powder into Eyes of Ender, in which we're going to go ahead and make all 13 of them. Perfect. Now we'll go ahead and unlock some new recipes here, but I'm not going to talk on those quite yet. We'll get to those really soon, guys. But I did scoop up some more nether quartz down there and a little bit of gold too. So let me throw these into some iron bars or some gold bars real quick. Well, it's almost nighttime again, and hopefully we should be able to obtain our last couple ender pearls that we need. We're sitting at 13. We should be able to get 2 more, hopefully. But I'm going to go ahead and stay up for the night, grab any more ender pearls, probably some phantom attacks too, I'm sure. But we'll go ahead and take care of those guys too, get everything down, and then after the nightfall, I think I'm going to go ahead and gather everything up that I firmly believe everyone should take into an End Stronghold to fight the End Dragon herself. So let me gather up the last couple pearls we need, and then I will be right back with you guys. I think I'm going to, instead of showing you how each item I'm going to gather it and stuff like that, I think I'm just going to go ahead and gather everything up in my inventory, and then we'll go through each individual item and explain why I'm bringing it into the End Dragon fight. Well, I think I've got everything prepared for our travels, except for 2 items of which I want to talk about right before we take off here. So the first is going to be this thing right here, which I've already crafted up for us. This is called an ender chest. So when you access the contents of your ender chest, it's going to look very similar to just a normal chest. However, it's very unique in the fact that when we place this one here, if we go ahead and place this other ender chest anywhere else in the entire world, we can actually access the contents of those ender chests wherever they are. They all link together. So it's very unique. You don't have unlimited access, where you have a huge trove of inventory space. However, it is nice being able to access certain items no matter where you are in the world. Now that's going to come in handy later whenever we get to the End Stronghold, so I can go ahead and store some things away that I don't necessarily need to come back for right away. They're very easy to craft. All you'll need is 8 pieces of obsidian and an Eye of Ender, and you will be able to craft one of those Ender chests. So I highly recommend grabbing one of those before you head off to your adventure to the End Stronghold. Now, the second item I'm going to go ahead and make up is fireworks, and it's actually not even visible on the crafting menu here. So if you go ahead and place some paper and a piece of gunpowder, it's going to make firework rockets. And you're probably thinking, awesome, we're going to have a celebration whenever we kill the end dragon. Yes, kinda. But the fireworks are actually going to be for a very unique, very powerful item in the game called the Elytra. So the Elytra is actually a piece worn instead of your chest plate, and it grants you wings with the ability to fly. So it is incredible. We'll be able to traverse any area in our entire world very easily after this. And I'm going to go ahead and bring those with us because we're going to go ahead and set out on the adventure to find the End Stronghold during this episode. The next episode, I plan on going out and fighting the End Dragon herself. And after that, we're going out to the End Cities in search of an Elytra. Now this should be everything that I'm going to go ahead and take on our adventures with us, guys. We're going to go ahead and start off with the water bucket. Water does still work in the end, and as a matter of fact, it will deter Endermen from coming towards you. So if you go ahead and place it on the ground, Endermen cannot walk on water. They cannot interact with water, so it will actually save you from an Enderman attack. Also, it will prevent you from taking fall damage. So if we happen to fall from a high area, and there are quite a few during the End Dragon fight, then this might be a way to save our lives. I've also crafted up a ton of arrows. Now, an alternative to this is if you happen to have gotten lucky on your enchanting table, use infinity. It is so good, guys. So with a bow, you either have the option of placing mending on there like our other items, or infinity. You cannot do both, however. It would just be too good. It used to be like that at the very beginning of Minecraft, but they removed it. So if you get infinity, that means you only need to carry one single arrow on your character and you can shoot your bow forever. However, we do not have that. We just have power 3, and unfortunately I don't have 30 levels right now, so I'm going to go ahead and just rock the power 3 bow with as many arrows as I could possibly muster here. All you'll need is some feathers, sticks, and a little bit of flint. Now, I've also brought potions of fire resistance, some potions of strength, the 2.0 version, the big boy version. I've also brought the longer extended duration strength potion. I went ahead and brought 12 minutes worth of slow falling. I think that is going to be more than enough, guys. I really don't think the fight should drag on that long. Like I said, I've done this quite a few times, so the fireworks I just explained for whenever we get our Elytra. I brought 2 chests because once you arrive up to the End Stronghold, we're going to go ahead and raid the End Stronghold before the end of the episode today. And I want to store away any goodies that we happen to come along with. So I'm bringing that way we can store those away and come back for them on another day if we happen to have an abundance of stuff. Now the real rare valuables, are going to go into the Ender chest, of course. That way we can access them whenever we return back home. We don't have to go back for that Ender chest, remember, so that's going to be fantastic. I also made us a boat because we don't know where this is going to lead us. We're going to have to use our Eyes of Ender to guide us, and I'll explain that in just a second here. So I've also brought some ender pearls and a little bit of blaze powder. If we need to craft up a couple more Eyes of Ender, then we can go ahead and do that. However, if I don't need those Eyes of Ender, I would really like to just have the ender pearls themselves, because if you missed how these work, I'm not going to throw one now, but however, if you use it, equip it, and throw it out there in the distance, it'll actually teleport you wherever this thing lands. This can be a fail-safe way to prevent you from falling off a ledge in the end, and just being able to traverse kind of around pretty quickly. So regardless, I'm going to go ahead and save those on our person there for right now. Now, of course, having everything healed up, well-equipped, all brand new shield, Lots of really good high saturation food. And I'm going to go ahead and bring some torches. Now the torches are not necessarily going to be used in the end, but as we're moving around and exploring the End Stronghold, they can be quite big, and I kind of want to be able to mark our way and be able to kind of move around easily in there. So if anyone has any suggestions on what you like to bring into the end, by all means, please write them down there in the comments. Give me some suggestions, guys, because this is usually about how I set everything up. Of course, the golden apples just stick with me anywhere I go. I love golden apples. And the beds are very similar to the Nether. If you happen to use a bed in the end, it will just explode. So do not do that, guys. But whenever we get up to the End Stronghold, I'm going to give you guys a couple options on how you can set your respawn points. So for right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and go up to the house and set our respawn point at the house up here, just in case anything happens, because the last time I slept was actually in this bed. And since that bed has been broken, if I happen to die, I won't have necessarily a good respawn point. I'll just respawn wherever the world spawn is. And I think it is somewhere close by here, but you never know if it's going to be nighttime and I'll spawn in a dark area. It's better just to go ahead and do that, guys. So let's set our respawn point and head out here, and let me show you exactly how the Eyes of Ender are going to lead us. Alright, so the Eyes of Ender, all you're going to have to do is just equip them, right click, and it's going to fly up in the air into a direction. Now, the direction that it shoots off into is actually going to be the direction in the closest End Stronghold to your current location. So, we need to head out towards, let's see, the north. Alright, so off to the north we go, folks. We are out of here. Now, everyone say goodbye to our lands for right now, because it's going to be quite a while before we see it again, guys. Goodbye, Chicken Army. Goodbye, Wheat Fields. Goodbye, Enchanting Altar. We'll be back! Now, the Eyes of Ender, whenever you're using them to guide you towards the End Stronghold, do have a small chance of breaking whenever you use them. So, they'll fly up in the air, point you in the correct direction, and then the game will decide if it's going to be broken or not. Hopefully you'll have good luck and you won't have very many of them break. That's why it's always a good idea to go ahead and get extra. That's one of the reasons why I ended up trying to get up to 15, because I knew I wanted some of these ender chests, as well as the fact that, like I said, sometimes they just break, and that sucks. Now, this is our first time setting out on the road, guys, in this world. I am so excited to actually start to travel around a little bit. Look at here. We've got our first glimmer of horses, and they are actually not even that far away from home. We need to remember, out to the north, we can definitely get some equestrian friends there. Now, I would say until you start to narrow down your search a little bit, every 100 blocks or so, go ahead and use another Eye of Ender. So we are still headed into the correct direction. All right, and it didn't break on us. So we can go ahead and pick that one back up and keep heading out to the north. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. Little baby sheep. Look at there, guys. We've actually got another town close by, too. That's really not that far out, guys, off to the north. So that's fantastic. Let's see where we're at. Well, we are still heading in the right direction, guys. Now, the location of your End Stronghold is going to vary. It can be multiple hundreds, if not a couple thousand blocks away from your home location there. So just stay diligent, stay persistent out here. You'll get there. Once you start to get a little closer, you're going to see that whenever we end up passing the End Stronghold, more than likely, the Eye of Ender, instead of floating off towards the north, is actually going to go straight back to the south, indicating that we passed it up, and it's somewhere between our current location and the location that we've already passed. Now, I'm actually not going to sleep, because I do not want to reset my respawn point to anywhere else quite yet. Now, remember, if I went ahead and slept out here, broke the bed, and then went about my way, I would not be able to respawn back home. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep on trucking through the evening here. There is a lot of goodies off to the north, my friends. The north is very abundant. There's another desert temple. I don't think I'm going to go ahead and go into that one quite yet. We've got even a desert well over there, too. Lots of rarities. Very cool, very cool. I'm going to go ahead and pass that up. We'll save that for another adventurous day. Maybe we'll go by the village and the desert temple one day. That'll be fun. But for now, I'm going to keep on heading out on our mission, guys. I am dead set on getting over here. Well, I'm using the Eye of Ender here, and it looks like we finally have come across a pretty large ocean, possibly. So, looks like I am going to be able to bust that boat out for a little while. Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky. If you're really, really lucky, your End Stronghold will actually be visible through the water. It will kind of like cut into the spawn of the stronghold there. So, we might have a pretty rare stronghold up here. Let's just see what we run into, guys. Let's keep our eyes peeled into the water. You can still use your Eyes of Ender whenever you're in a boat, and it looks like, is it still heading north? It is still heading north. Oh, no. Oh, no. We've actually got no luck there. Well, it actually popped probably because of the bad luck of that drown right there. That's our first time encountering those, folks. That is a drown. They are basically water zombies, so sometimes on a very rare occasion, they'll have tridents. And on an even more rare occasion, they'll drop those tridents. It looks like we've got a little bit of a drowned temple way over there, you can see. So I don't want to go over there. Again, I'm trying to stay on the mission at hand here. But man, we have got some really good finds out here to the north, guys. We have got to remember. I think we're going to do a whole episode devoted to the traveling and adventuring to the great north. All right, I'm going to go ahead and use one now that we're... Oh! I think it did. It changed slightly. We're starting to curve a little bit, guys. We're starting to curve a little bit now. So, we're heading out to the west. So, whenever you start to see the direction start to change slightly, you might want to be a little bit more diligent about being real careful and using these things maybe every 50 blocks instead of every 100 blocks. Alright, I made it up onto the dunes here. Let's see if we can get another direction. It looks like it's going to curve a little bit back over towards the north again. So it looks like we're going to curve back in towards another small ocean biome here. So maybe we will end up getting to use the boat a bit more. Let's see if we can spot anything over here. Okay, it actually has went back to the direction we just came from. So we are somewhere right above it. So we will not have to use the boat any longer. But it looks like we're going to have to go ahead and start digging down here somewhere at this point. So the last time I used it, I was right up on that hill. And then I used it here on the shoreline, and it was somewhere here. So I think it's going to be just under this beach, guys. So it is time to start digging down. Before I head down, I am going to mark this location just to make sure that if we ever happen to come back across this or need to go back down there, then we can go ahead and easily find it. So let's see if we can find this thing, guys. Now, while you're going through these tight tunnels, I'm just making a real short path all the way down here. I'm trying to get lower. I'm at Y level 39 now. As you're passing... Oh, there it is, folks. There it is. I didn't have to say anything further. Now, if you happen to be having any issues while you're inside of these tight tunnels, though, I was going to say I would highly recommend do not use your Eyes of Ender until you're into maybe a cave system or something. If you happen to use your Eye of Ender while you're in these tight corridors, it will fly into the blocks and it will drop, but you're not really ever sure of what direction it goes into. It's very difficult to kind of orient yourself. I would just wait, guys. But it looks like we got really lucky, and I see wood here. I think we spawned directly on top of like a treasure room or something. What the heck? We got so lucky. Okay. I'm not going to take the apples or the redstone. Nothing too imperative there. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to go ahead and use this thing as kind of our junk drawer here. So let me just chunk all that stuff in there real quick. I don't think I want any of that. No, we'll be just fine, guys. We'll be just fine. So let's go ahead and do this. We'll get in here. Perfect. All right. Now, End Strongholds, like I said, can be pretty large, and they can be pretty lucrative. So before you head into the end, I usually like to kind of explore around and see if I can find anything. These things are usually filled with multiple rooms, connecting corridors, all kinds of stuff, usually by iron doors, sometimes these wood ones. Now, depending on terrain generation, you're going to see prime example right here. We've got a really awkward room. So please be very, very careful, guys. This normally would be like a double chest room here. However, it's intersecting this cave system and chock filled with baddies. So just be real, real careful, guys. Oh my lord, we have a very messed up, very discombobulated stronghold, guys. This is a really weird. Let me show you something. So, we came in from there. It looks like we've got this huge cave system that kind of just splices the entire area in half. But you'll notice right up here, that's a spawner. That indicates that that's the room that we're looking for, guys. So, we need to actually head up there. But this is a really awkward, precarious way to get in here, guys. Holy cow. I have never seen a stronghold room like this before. This is super weird. Now, I normally don't break the spawners instead of like monster spawners, like the skeleton ones and the zombie ones, because we'll transform those. However, that one there is a silverfish spawner, and silverfish are just a pain in the butt. It's not worth it, guys, at all. Unless you're just trying to be kind of catty and make something a little bit weird, I would not recommend going in there and doing that. However, this is the portal room. So it looks like we have one Eye of Ender that is already in place, but we need to fill out the remaining 11. I'm going to go ahead and actually swap over to the water bucket and quench that lava right there. Now, you don't necessarily have to do that, but I've had the game bug out more than one time, and whenever you go to jump in the portal, you just fall right into the lava, and that is horrible. That's horrific. So I'm just going to go ahead and alleviate that possibility right there. I'm going to go ahead and craft up. We need one more Eye of Ender. And then we can actually go ahead and place all these in there. So it's going to make a nice little tune as we put all these into slot. And bada bing, bada boom. That is the end dimension. So before we pop in there, though, guys, I promised that we are going to raid this place. So let's finish up raiding this place. And then we are going to go ahead and jump in the portal. But today is not the day for the end dragon fight, my friends. That is for another day. But we're going to go ahead and wrap up here. Let's get into this End Stronghold, finish up, see if we can find anything else down there. We do have a library, which is fantastic. That usually houses some kind of good loot. So let's see if we can make our way down there through the ridiculous maze that is this cave system. Well, yeah, I've never seen anything like this. This is the craziest library ever. It looks like the lava burned up most of the books and such here, but left the chests behind. So, okay, I guess. I don't know, guys. Super, super weird. But we'll go ahead and take the books and the paper. I really can't have enough of that stuff. It is just absolutely incredible. I'm going to go ahead and just dump the rest of that junk. I'll save the apples for now. We might just munch on those to kind of save our steak a little bit. We'll work our way around here, nice and sneaky, and see if we can make it over to, yeah, there was a chest right up there, guys, so let's see if we can grab this one too. Alright, we have a very interesting book there, not bad. Lots of normal books, good chunk of paper, and a Loyalty 3, Sharpness 3 book. We can combine the Sharpness 3 with the Sharpness 3 on our sword, make that Sharpness 4. It goes up to 5, so that'll be great. That'll definitely give us some more damage. And I'm not going to explore this cave system by any means. I'm just looking at exploring the stronghold. But with how this thing spawned, it is so weird. It's so hard to tell what is what. But let's just keep working through here, guys. I think we'll manage to do just fine. This is just not good at spawning for us. I cannot believe that this thing is just all over the place. You can't even tell where anything is. It's like, what is that? What are those rooms right there? Good grief. Alright, well, we'll go ahead. We'll use the... Ooh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, you know what? You know what? No. We're going to take this. Are you kidding me? Look at there, guys. What kind of crazy luck is that? No freaking way. No way, guys. Oh my gosh, that is incredible. 4 diamonds? Yeah. Well, I'm out of torches, but I think I'm just wrapping up the last little bit. The kind of the 4-way intersection that we came in right off the bat. I think we We lucked out. We almost like came in, I think, right at the basically the hub of the stronghold there, and we got real lucky, guys. So I think that we're good to go. Said I've explored pretty much everything I want to. I've killed about 100 of these guys. Good grief, they are everywhere. Well, guys, I think I am in prime location to go ahead and wrap this episode up for the day. However, I do want to leave you with a couple final closing notes here. So, like I said before, if you want to, you can actually go ahead and bring your bed here and set your respawn point right outside of the end portal. Now, I am going to opt to not do that because if I want to, I can just go ahead and go right back over to the house and gather up any belongings. I have a good surplus of armor, stuff like that. I'm not too worried about it. However, if you want to, like I said, place your respawn point right here. If you happen to die while you're fighting the end dragon, you can actually just go ahead and pop right out of bed, jump right back into the end portal, and head back in. Now, the only drawback to that is if you happen to have a catastrophic failure in your end dragon fight, if you happen to fall off into the void, which is everything is a floating island in the end, you'll see in the next episode here, made out of this stuff here, end stone. Now, if you happen to fall off, all of your items that you have currently on you are gone forever. That's it. There's no retrieving them. They are finito. So, if you happen to place your respawn point here, fight the end dragon, get knocked off, lose all your belongings, you're going to get portaled right back here, and you're not going to have anything. And you have to make your way back through the End Stronghold, all the way home. You see where this is going, guys. So it's really up to you. What do you feel like that you need the most? Do you feel confident in your abilities, or do you want to go ahead and place your spawn point back home? Whatever's good with you guys. Now, the other thing I want to touch base on is that I'm going to go ahead and place my ender chest right here. I'm going to go ahead and place our diamonds along with our other ones. Oh, my lord. I don't even know what that was. Good grief. That was terrifying. So, we'll go ahead and place our ender chest right here. I'm going to go ahead and place some of our belongings in here. Oh, you know what that was? You know what that sound was, guys? That was actually a zombie being transformed into a drowned. So somewhere nearby, a zombie was stuck in water for so long that he drowned. So that's what that noise was. Oh, terrifying, terrifying. Anyway, back to the matters at hand here. So I'm going to store our real rare belongings over there. And the rest of this stuff that I know we're just going to want to like take with us and store back home, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in over here. And we'll keep the rest of these things here. I think that's looking pretty darn good, guys. I think we're just about set. I don't think there's any more preparation that we could possibly do. We've raided the stronghold. I've showed you everything that I bring with me to my end dragon fights. And I really hope that I can deliver for you guys in the next episode here. So, without any further ado, let's get out of here.